reach for that familiar spice jar, the one you've trusted for years. Sprinkle it on your dinner, believing you're adding flavor and health benefits. But what if that jar doesn't contain real spices at all? What if it's sawdust, lead-contaminated powder, and carcinogenic dyes? The spice industry is one of the most fraudulent, least regulated food sectors in America. I've spent months investigating lab reports, FDA alerts, and lawsuit documents. What I discovered will shock you. Today, we're counting down 8 spice brands you need to remove from your kitchen immediately. Stay until the end, because I'll reveal 2 brands that actually deserve your trust. 8. Great value ground spices from Walmart. That $2.50 jar seems like a deal, right? But in 2021, independent testing found alarming heavy metal contamination in great value spices. Lead levels in turmeric exceeded safe limits, not by a little, by margins that would trigger recalls in Europe. Lead accumulates in your body. For children, it causes permanent brain damage. For pregnant women, it crosses the placental barrier. For seniors, it accelerates dementia. Great value sources bulk spices from India, Pakistan, and China through discount importers buying the cheapest product available. Open that paprika and look closely. The color is suspiciously uniform, that bright red that never fades. Real paprika varies in shade. This artificial consistency comes from Sudan red dyes, banned carcinogens throughout Europe. The smell test is revealing. Real paprika has a sweet, smoky aroma. This smells like stale cardboard. That's because you're eating filler. Analysis found discount spices often contain rice flour, cornstarch, and even sawdust to bulk up the product. Skip great value entirely. 7. McCormick ground black pepper. McCormick is the biggest spice company in America. That red cap is iconic. And that's exactly what they're counting on, brand recognition replacing scrutiny. In 2015, a whistleblower lawsuit accused McCormick of adulterating black pepper with papaya seeds and buckwheat flour. Laboratory evidence showed their pepper contained far less piperine, the compound giving pepper its heat and health benefits than pure pepper should. McCormick settled quietly without admitting fault. The product never changed. Here's the test. Put McCormick next to freshly ground peppercorns. Real pepper is dark with visible variation. McCormick's is uniformly gray-brown, like cement powder. Smell them side by side. Fresh pepper has that sharp, woody aroma that tingles your nose. McCormick's smells flat and dead. The bottles are clear plastic, exposing pepper to light degradation. Piperine breaks down under UV. By the time you use it, you're getting minimal antioxidant benefits. For anyone using pepper with turmeric supplements for absorption, adulterated pepper doesn't work. You need real piperine. McCormick charges premium prices for industrial floor sweepings. 6. Spice Islands ground cinnamon. Glass jars look premium. At $7 per bottle, you're paying specialty prices. But Spice Islands is owned by the same parent company as discount brands, sourcing from identical suppliers. Here's what matters about cinnamon. There are 2 types: Ceylon cinnamon with delicate flavor and minimal coumarin, and cassia cinnamon, cheaper with high coumarin content. Coumarin causes liver damage when consumed regularly. Spice Islands sells cassia, labeled simply as cinnamon, without distinguishing which type. European authorities set strict coumarin limits. The FDA has none. For people adding cinnamon to coffee daily, German studies found just 1 teaspoon of cassia exceeds safe daily limits for a 130-pound adult. Worse, in 2013, Consumer Lab found lead contamination in Spice Islands products. No recalls were issued, never publicly addressed. Open that jar and look. The powder is dark reddish brown. Real Ceylon cinnamon is tan to light brown. This darker color indicates cassia. For diabetics using cinnamon to regulate blood sugar, cassia's coumarin creates a dangerous trade-off. You might get marginal benefits while damaging your liver. Premium packaging hides bulk cassia everyone else is selling. 5. Simply organic turmeric. Organic certification. Health food store placement. Everything screams trustworthy. That's the problem. You stop asking questions. In 2019, independent testing revealed Simply Organic Turmeric contained detectable lead levels despite organic certification. How? Either contaminated soil or deliberate lead chromate addition to enhance yellow color. Lead chromate is a pigment used in paints. In Bangladesh and India, processors add it to turmeric for vibrant color consumers expect. It's illegal and toxic. USDA Organic only covers growing practices. It doesn't test for heavy metals or adulteration. So organically grown turmeric gets contaminated during processing and still carries that green seal. You're paying triple the price thinking you're getting purer products. Instead, same contamination risks with better marketing. Look at the powder. Extremely bright yellow, almost neon. Real turmeric varies from deep orange yellow to brownish yellow. This artificial brightness raises suspicion. Taste a pinch, it's harsh and metallic. That's literally heavy metal contamination. For people using turmeric for inflammation, lead contamination counteracts every benefit. You're healing while simultaneously poisoning yourself. Organic labels aren't magic shields. 4. Badia Spices Complete Line. Badia is everywhere. Bright yellow caps, wide variety, low prices. That widespread trust is being exploited. In 2021, Badia recalled products for salmonella. But here's what they didn't say. Contamination wasn't one time. Salmonella keeps appearing because their supply chain has systemic hygiene problems. FDA inspection reports show repeated violations, unsanitary conditions, pest infestations, inadequate cleaning. These create ongoing contamination risks. Salmonella in dried spices is dangerous because you don't cook spices to safe temperatures when sprinkling on finished dishes. That contamination goes straight into your body. For elderly, it causes severe illness requiring hospitalization. For children, life-threatening. For pregnant women, miscarriage risks. But there's more. Testing found Badia's cumin and oregano frequently adulterated with filler. Ground olive leaves in oregano, ground peanut shells in cumin. Dangerous for anyone with nut allergies. Pick up Badia oregano. The color is dull green-brown. Real oregano has vibrant green flecks. The aroma is weak when it should be intensely fragrant. Taste it, and it's dusty with minimal flavor. That's plant material that isn't oregano mixed with old oregano that's lost potency. Low prices reflect dangerous shortcuts. 3. Gel Spice Company products. You won't recognize this name because Gel Spice doesn't sell to consumers directly. They supply restaurants, food manufacturers, and repackagers. Their contaminated products end up everywhere. In 2020 to 2021, Gel Spice issued massive salmonella recalls affecting dozens of products. But recalls came months after contaminated spices were sold and consumed. FDA caught it through routine testing, not company controls. The scope is terrifying. Products went into restaurant meals, packaged foods, house brand spices at major retailers. You consumed contaminated Gel Spice without knowing that name. FDA documents revealed shocking conditions. Condensation dripping into processing areas, birds nesting in facilities, no contamination monitoring. This wasn't one mistake. Systemic negligence. You can't easily avoid gel spice because they're not clearly labeled. They're hidden ingredients. Your only protection is buying transparent brands controlling their entire supply chain. The disaster proves inadequate oversight and routine contamination caught only by accident. 2. Frontier Co-op Organic Spices. Another organic brand, another betrayal. Frontier markets itself as responsible, transparent, supporting small farmers. Reality is uglier. In 2016, testing found lead contamination in multiple Frontier turmeric products. Evidence suggests they knew about heavy metal issues and failed to address them. Lawsuits alleged insufficient testing protocols and continued sales with known risks. They settled quietly, never issued comprehensive recalls. Frontier sources organic turmeric from India and Bangladesh, where lead chromate adulteration is rampant. Even organically grown turmeric gets contaminated by processors. Quality control isn't catching this. You're paying $8 to $12 per jar, believing you're getting the safest option. Instead, potential neurotoxin exposure. The turmeric shows signs. Extremely bright yellow with artificial uniformity. Real organic turmeric has natural orange-yellow tone. Test it yourself. Mix a teaspoon in water. Pure turmeric dissolves and colors water. With lead chromate, you'll see heavier particles settling that don't dissolve. For cancer patients using turmeric during treatment, lead contamination is catastrophic. You're supporting your body while exposing yourself to carcinogens. Organic certification creates false confidence that's being exploited. 1. Dollar store spices, Dollar Tree, Dollar General, Family Dollar. The absolute worst. Dollar store spices represent everything wrong with America's food system in a $1.25 container. Millions buy them because they're affordable. Multiple investigations found dollar store spices are the most adulterated, contaminated, fraudulent in the entire market. These barely qualify as food. In 2019, FDA testing found salmonella at rates far higher than other retailers. Heavy metal testing revealed lead and arsenic that would trigger bans in Europe. The sourcing is cheapest possible. Rejected batches legitimate companies won't buy. Expired product relabeled. Sweepings from processing floors. Industry whistleblowers confirmed dollar store spices include literal waste material normally discarded. Look at dollar store paprika. Weirdly bright, almost fluorescent. That's not paprika. That's red dye mixed with brick dust and ground corn cobs. Testing found as little as 10% actual paprika. The rest is filler and colorant. Open a jar and smell chemicals, mustiness, sometimes mold. Real spices smell aromatic. These smell like industrial waste. Taste reveals horror. Barely any spice flavor, just dust and chemicals. For low-income families relying on dollar stores, this is a public health crisis. The most vulnerable Americans get the most dangerous products because they can't afford better. It's systematic exploitation. Health risks are severe. Salmonella causes acute illness. Lead causes permanent brain damage in children. Synthetic dyes linked to hyperactivity. Mold triggers respiratory issues. Dollar store spices are unsafe for human consumption. Period. Throw them away immediately. But don't panic. Real spices still exist. Companies that care about quality over profit. I'm revealing 2 brands that consistently pass testing and deliver authentic spices. Burlap and Barrel Single Origin Spices. This is the gold standard. New York-based company working directly with small farmers in 30-plus countries, creating transparent supply chains with full traceability. At $8 to $15 per jar, it's premium pricing. But here's what you get. Single origin spices from specific farms at specific times. Every jar shows harvest date, farmer's name, exact region. You can trace turmeric to the specific village in India. They conduct independent third-party testing for heavy metals, pesticides, contamination on every batch. Test results are on their website. Complete transparency. Open wild mountain cumin from Afghanistan, and the difference is shocking. Intensely fragrant, complex with notes you've never experienced, natural varied color, extraordinary bold flavor. This is real spices before industrial processing destroys them. The cumin tastes like cumin. Cinnamon is genuine Ceylon with no coumarin concerns. Turmeric is bright with verified zero lead. For home cooks, these transform everything. You'll use less because potency is higher. Yes, it costs more, but real spices go further. 1 jar replaces 3 jars of adulterated versions. Diaspora Company, Direct Trade Spices. Premium brand committed to transparency and fair trade. Founded by Sana Javeri Kadri, focusing on single-origin spices from India and Sri Lanka, working directly with farmers. At $9 to $18 per jar, pricing is similar. You're paying for supply chain visibility and rigorous testing. Their Pragati turmeric is legendary. Bright, fresh, with complexity you didn't know turmeric could have. Testing confirms 0 heavy metals, 0 adulteration. Just pure turmeric from specific Indian farms. Aranya black pepper is a revelation. Harvested wild from Karnataka forests, it has fruity, floral notes absent from commodity pepper. Piperine content is verified, guaranteeing health benefits. They publish farmer profiles, harvest details, testing results for every product. You know exactly what you're buying and who grew it. Glass jars with metal lids protect from light. Harvest dates clearly marked. Spices treated like the premium products they are. For anyone who's only experienced supermarket spices, trying Diaspora Co. is shocking. You'll realize how degraded commercial spices have become. The investment is worth it. Real spices that are safe, authentic, delivering flavor and health benefits. From dollar store contamination to organic betrayals, we've exposed how corrupt the spice industry has become. Most of what you're buying isn't real. It's adulterated, contaminated, potentially dangerous. You now know what to avoid and what to trust. Skip those disasters and invest in Burlap and Barrel and Diaspora Company that respect what spices should be. Your health deserves better than industrial sawdust disguised as flavor. If this investigation helped you, smash that like button. Subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss another expose. We've got more food industry secrets coming, all designed to help you eat smarter and live healthier. Thanks for watching, and as always, stay sharp, stay healthy, and keep rising.